The DM is an interesting place. It's a gamble. It's literally you disobeying every parent and just purposely talking to strangers. But if that doesn't stop you, then you start overthinking and you think you're gonna get left on red, so you don't. Yeah, okay, buddy. Anyway, gentlemen, today I'm going to be talking to you guys about how to slide in the DM, and this sounds really weird to say, but after what's been going on the past few days and the phone calls I've had, honestly, boys, I'm a little disappointed. So I'm going to help you one time. I'm going to have this video. Next time somebody calls me asking for advice, I'll just link them this video. So if you're watching, dude, buddy, come on. Anyway, gentlemen, I'm going to put this in the beginning of the video because this is very, very, very important. This is probably the biggest takeaway from this whole video. You guys ready? Basically, the DM is meant to be fast-paced. You're supposed to move away from the DM as fast as you possibly can because at the end of the day, who uses the DM, right? The DM is to send friends memes, it's to have quick little conversations, and that's it. Nobody actually wants to have a regular conversation on the DM. That's just weird. Like, why would you do that? So what I'm trying to tell you is cut to the point. Don't waste time because nobody likes that, and odds are she's just gonna leave you on red. Like, I was talking to a friend the other day, and he was like, yeah, I slid in this girl's DM, and I asked, how are you? And she left me on a red, and I'm like, bruh. Like, if you slide in the DM, she knows your intention. She knows what you're trying to do. So don't waste any time. Just be like, hey, look, this has been nice, but you want to move this conversation to Snapchat? Instagram's a bit too gray for me or something like that. That's my personal favorite line. But anyway, let's start from the beginning and let's get into the advice. Number one, does the first text really matter? And this is a little bit of a debate because long term, it obviously doesn't. Nobody remembers the first thing anybody ever said to them unless you guys are bonding over like Lamborghinis or something that interests you. But normally, the first words are always forgotten. And that is why it's so controversial. People are like, oh yeah, just send whatever. But at the same time, you don't want to be left on open. You want the girl to actually reply. So what do? Basically, there's two strategies that you can go about this. Either you just shoot them a text and hope for the best, or my personal favorite, and the only one I use, is replying to stories. Now, this is so much easier and so much more convenient because nobody actually thinks about this, right? So basically, number two, replying to stories. Now, this is so much more casual. You don't come off as a creep. You're perfectly normal. Let's say a girl's going clubbing and you've gone to that club many times. You can literally slide in the DM simply by saying, hey, do you have a guest list or do you have a booth? Because for this club specifically, I'd really recommend a booth. And then she's gonna reply, why? And you start talking and there you go, you're in. You're no longer a stranger. You're actually having a conversation. You talk for a little bit and then you move the conversation. You should really get in the habit of moving the situation. Now this works on DM or this works in real life, whether you're trying to escalate something in real life or you're just trying to move from Instagram to Snapchat or from Snapchat to FaceTime. You need to get in the habit of moving the conversation and flowing things in different directions because that is what's gonna help you long term. Number three, the goal of the DM. Now I know what you're thinking, you sick, but calm yourself, all right? We all know what you actually want, but that shouldn't be the goal. The goal should be to just move the conversation from Instagram to Snapchat. You want to stop being strangers because even if you don't talk right away or you guys stop talking, after a while, it's a lot easier if you're on Snapchat to just, reply to a story or something than it is on Instagram because once again, Instagram comes off as a little bit weird. Everybody knows that everybody's kind of just sliding in the DM and you have to stand out and it's just a whole different ballgame. So when it's on Snapchat, it's a bit more personal, but it's not like text. Nobody actually takes it seriously and it's very chill. Right, so basically your intention should just be like, hey, you know what? Instagram's too great for me. Let's move over to Snapchat. Or if you're already Snapchatting, then hey, you know what? FaceTime me, I want to show you something. Whatever you'd rather say, just make sure that the conversation actually goes from one place to another. Because if you stay on Instagram, I'm sorry, but I really don't think it's gonna happen. Like genuinely, it's the odds are not with you. Now, number four, on FaceTime, you actually want to get personal. You want to find things to talk about, you want to find inside jokes, you want to actually spark conversation, build interest, and make her actually want to chill with you because, well, on FaceTime it's a lot more personal. It's like you're literally halfway there to actually seeing each other. So what you want to do is build some interest, and you have to realize that at the end of the day, you're not just trying to be like pen pals. You're not just trying to talk on FaceTime or text and not actually do anything. So the goal should be to try to chill as soon as you can. So try to make that clear throughout the whole time because if you don't make your intentions clear, the girl's gonna be confused, and since you're not actually seeing each other, it's a lot easier to not build attraction because, well, there's no personal connection, there's no touch, there's nothing to actually escalate it. So what you have to do is really make it clear that you want to chill as soon as possible. And that way, you're gonna have the highest success rate out of probably all your friends. friends simply by watching this video. How great is it? Honestly, drop a like. That deserves a like. Finally, tip number 5, you gotta comment your lucky number down below to help the YouTube algorithm, because comments actually help a lot more than just a like. And anyway, so the real goal of number 5 is to do exactly what I just said. You need to hang out in person, and the reason for that is because if you're spending too much time texting and talking normally, it's a lot easier to just be, hey, you know what, I just view you as a friend or something like that, because at the end of the day, there's no actual attraction building up. There's nothing to actually prove that, hey, you know what, this could be something. Instead, you guys are literally just texting, you guys are talking, and that's all it is. And when that happens, it's GG's, boys. So you don't want that to happen. I'm actually releasing a video on Wednesday of the 5 mistakes that I've seen guys make on text, and hopefully that video is going to help you realize how to text and how to talk when you're not hanging out yet. So I'm really excited to release that video, and yeah, if you guys enjoyed this one, please drop a like, share this with your friends, subscribe. It's been your boy Dexter, also known as Mugged, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.